Hello, Soaring students. The staff members are very excited to be welcoming you all back next month, and we've been busy preparing for your arrival. We know you have many questions on what school will look like in the fall. I'm sure your parents have told you that there are 3 phases that the district might be pushed into. These will include 100% of the students in the building as normal, which we call Instructional Plan A, students attending in cohorts, which we call Instructional Plan B, and students completing their coursework off-site, which is Instructional Plan C. To be honest with you, you need to understand that we might have to shift from one type of learning to the next based on recommendations made by health professionals. What does that mean? It means 1 week we might all be in the building, and the next you might be in school with only half of your class. It could also mean a blend of on and off-site education where you would log in to talk with classmates and teachers when you are learning from home. Last night, the Soaring School Board of Education voted for the school year to start in the cohort model. Each of you should have received a Sky Alert message and call telling you the cohort to which you have been assigned. In the cohort model, you will be in school 2 days a week and learning from home the other 3. We know that this will be an adjustment. I want to tell you that there will be other changes for students while they are in school. For all students, these changes will be noticeable at lunch, recess, and in class. For middle and high school students, there will be other changes. Due to Governor Evers' orders, students and staff ages 5 and up will be expected to wear masks at all times when indoors, unless you're in a private space like your own office. And that's why I'm not wearing a mask right now, although I do have a really cute one right here. And I also have a lanyard to hold mine on so that I always have my mask with me when I step out of my private office. After the governor's orders have expired, there will still be expectations of when and where people will wear masks, and those will be communicated at that time. Please know that we realize masks are uncomfortable and we all need a break from them. Teachers will give you opportunities to step outside so you can enjoy some mask-free fresh air. Students will be able to remove masks when eating and when playing outside, whether that is recess or physical education. Some classes may even happen outside. Now, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you also may see some of your teachers wearing one of these. This is a face shield. So because our governor understood that if a teacher is talking for a long period of time, and if they're at the front of the room working on the smartboard, it might be hard for you to hear them in the back of the room. So the governor said if your teacher is more than 6 feet away from you while they are teaching, not while they're leaning over their shoulder helping you, they can wear this face shield so you can still hear them very clearly. I know that looks kind of funny, but it's something that we're just going to have to get used to for hopefully just a little bit. I'm going to go over a lot of things, and please know that we will be giving you written copies of the procedures at our open house next week. If you have questions, we will have staff available to answer them for you. Students will have a few ways to enter the building. We're trying to divide up the number of people who are going to enter the building from any doorway and be in any hallway at a specific time. Elementary students who are walking to school or being dropped off by a parent or guardian, we will ask you to enter through the playground gate where someone will be there to greet you. Students will either go right to breakfast or right to their classrooms. Students who ride the buses will be making multiple stops. We'll be dropping our 3- and 4-year-olds off where we normally do, where Mrs. Karen Mahoney is always there to greet you. Then, any students planning to eat breakfast will be dropped off behind the building by those back doors where we come in from where middle school recess is sometimes held, and right past that small gym, and then you can go right into the cafeteria to eat. The buses will then continue to round the corner and will drop off the rest of the students in the busing lane. Students will go to their lockers and then right to their first hour classroom if they're middle school and high school students. Students who get off of the bus will enter through 2 different doors. If you're middle school, high school, you're going to go right in through those doors that we call the church doors so that you can go right to your lockers. And elementary students are going to enter through the front doors. Now, what if you are a middle school or high school student who walks, drives in, or gets dropped off to school? We're going to have you enter through those front doors just as you always have. If you're planning on going to breakfast, we're going to have you go straight to the cafeteria. Otherwise, you can go directly to your classroom. I know you're all tired of hearing about social distancing. We want you to be social. That's one of the most exciting parts about school. Just remember, we all need to keep a reasonable distance from each other, especially when our masks are off, like when we're outside or when we're eating. Think of it this way. If you put your arms out at your sides and the person next to you puts their arms out at their sides, we're all on track not to touch one another. For students in the middle and high school, we're going to ask you to limit the number of times you visit your locker. Your locker stop assignments will be staggered so that an entire grade level isn't clustered in one area. We know this probably isn't your favorite idea. Unfortunately, if we want to keep our doors open, we will probably do a lot of things that won't be favorites. Students, we know that the school closure was very hard on you. Honestly, it was hard on all of us. None of us entered the field of education thinking we would ever experience anything like what we all went through. There is something we need to talk about. Some of you did an exceptional job transitioning to off-site learning, and we were so proud of you. To be honest, though, some of you were disengaged. Okay, that's a big word for our little kids. For you little people, that means you stopped checking in and learning like we needed you to. This year, whether we are all in school, all in cohorts, all off-site, or if you're learning from home because that's a family choice, we need everybody to be all in. This is your opportunity to learn and grow, and we need all of our students to take advantage of that. We have been working hard all summer getting ready for this school year so that no matter what gets thrown at us, we will be ready. Kids, if you have questions, ask your parents. We sent a letter to the parents last week. If your parents can't answer your questions, encourage them to call me. I will do my best to make you all comfortable with how school is going to look for all of us. Enjoy the rest of your summer. We miss you, and we can't wait to have kids in the building again. Bye.